There haven't been any new spoilers on the internet. For a long time, a new movie, Godzilla x Kong th New Empire, and this is me. I spent a lot of time looking carefully at the information we had so far, and I gained new ones. What significance will Mothra play? All and new titans that we will see in the film. Is this the strongest Godzilla we've ever seen? Plot. Then keep watching this video. First of all, let's talk about Godzilla's new form because it exists. It's quite an important question whether the Godzilla we will see in the film is real, from the beginning in its proper form. The answer I saw, of course, that's not what the Japanese Godzilla trailer confirms for us. Godzilla is clearly shown in his old form, so how did Godzilla evolve, you ask? The answer is of course known to me. So listen carefully for Godzilla at some point in the movie. He will fight a tyrant called Tiamat. He is a snake titan was first mentioned in Godzilla 2019, King of the Monsters. So the director took advantage of this and added this titan to Godzilla. No, it's a water titan. So the scene revealed in the trailer fits perfectly, because we see that there is a lot of water around the glaciers, to be more precise. I'm already telling you how it happened. Godzilla defeats Tiamat most likely by blowing it up, caused the energy to dissipate. G-Man used it, so he built a cocoon in one of the glaciers. Tiamat's color may suggest to us why Godzilla is there. Pink and you will ask what happened that Godzilla evolved so quickly. The answer is very simple. My fans who have been watching me for a long time, they know that where titans fight, there is a very high energy gauge nuclear, or simply radiation. And this radiation allows the plant and titanium to evolve to release increasingly higher energy rates. So several things influenced Godzilla's evolution. Number 1, energy from Tiamat. Number 2, radioactive tracer. Number 3, power received in the 2019 movie for building cocoons. Evolved Godzilla is arguably the strongest titan seen throughout Toho and the Monsterverse. Evolution has achieved some new things, which I'll talk about now. I will say number 1, Godzilla has probably grown because it has to measure approximately 150 meters high. It gained many new plates and 2 new ones on the tail from each side on her upper limbs and a pair on her head. Her upper limbs are longer and G-Man has more strength. That's obvious. Number 2, the Nuulcer is about 10 times stronger. Then Godzilla's nucleosynthetic platicid has evolved. It has a greater reserve of energy and it creates clusters. Number 3, Godzilla's hidden powers. Godzilla most likely has new powers, which we will learn about either in the new trailer or in the film. Okay, since we have discussed Godzilla, let's move on to the second star, i.e. Kong. This one didn't change much, but it did get one thing that Monsterverse fans were divided over. Some people think that it is something that is supposed to help Kong in the fight no Tomias. Others think that it is. It's a prosthesis for a broken arm, so both statements are true. The only thing we don't know is whether he got ahead after the fight with Godzilla in Godzilla vs. Kong, or after the fight with Godzilla in Godzilla x Kong, or after the fight with Scar King. We can only guess about this, but I personally think that the last version is the most likely. It's time to discuss the monsters we will see. Number 1. Of course, Godzilla. Number 2, Kong. Number 3, Scar King. Number 4, Shimo. Number 5, Mothra. Number 6, Tiamat. Number 7, Doug. Number 8, Phosphor. Number 9, Huge Pterodactyls. Number 10, Worth Dog. Number 11, Suko. These are obviously confirmed Kaiju. If you are interested in what will happen in the movie and are waiting for the biggest theory, keep watching. But before, it's time to discuss Shimo, of course. All Monsterverse fans have probably seen it, what it looks like, and it's interesting because it looks exactly like that, like a crocodile. It is distinguished only by the spikes on its back end. Its head is rounder on its tail, and it has the power to freeze. And there is one interesting thing. There is a weapon with a crystal, thanks to which you can take over the mind of this creature. This is because he does not make decisions on his own, so maybe, or rather definitely, Scar King will use it. Okay, we're getting closer to discussing the theory. But we still have one thing left to discuss. It concerns Godzilla, as we know in Toho Productions. Godzilla is a must-have boss. And to put Godzilla in a movie, had to buy it from Warner Brothers Legendary when I signed the contract. Now, I guess a few things were included in the contract, thanks to which the director came up with the idea of evolution. First of all, let's go back to the 1954s, when Godzilla was supposed to depict what threat created by the atomic bomb and make the world aware of this threat back then. Movies consisted of Godzilla's mindless destruction of buildings and cities. However, thanks to the time that has passed, Toho came to the conclusion that it was time to transform Godzilla into something different, but into something that would also illustrate how powerful Godzilla is. So the history of Godzilla's entire lore was established. It is a titan who is supposed to defend humanity from previously unexplained humanity. Prehistoric beasts sick as Ghidorah or Destroya. Let's be honest bit, the monsterverse is going in a slightly different direction for now. This is because in 2019, Godzilla had to be supercharged with a nuclear bomb which outraged Toho activists in 2021. The director supposedly said that if Godzilla were not tired, he would have won against Mechagodzilla. We all remember what the fight in this movie looked like. Godzilla is presented completely differently. It is a monster that protects all of humanity. It does not tolerate other titans as alphas. He is much more powerful than any other monster I can claim. It's more powerful than Shimo, and that's because Adam Wingard is the director of this movie, has freedom on Godzilla's appearance. But one condition must be met: Godzilla must be the most powerful titan, so maybe. But I don't think so. But this may be the last Godzilla movie in the MonsterVerse of Earth. We can be sure that he will not die. Now it's time to describe the plot and the whole theory about Godzilla x Kong. However, this is just my theory based on all the leaked facts and all the information from the internet. So let's start. The movie begins with Godzilla fighting a huge arachnid. He tears it to pieces and then falls asleep in the Roman Colosseum. Godzilla then fights Tiamat in the Greenland, where once again the next one finishes the opponent and uses the energy for evolution. Then Kong searches the hollow earth while Godzilla sleeps. During this time, Kong meets Bitch, who used to work for Scar King, and Suko together with the Arima of monkeys attack Kong and Kong. He uses the Suko as a blunt weapon and protects himself against them. Then Kong reaches a place full of crystals. Human heroes will meet the IWI tribe because they predicted it. That Scar King will return at this point. We are just finding out what they mean, bloodstains. And what plans does Scar King have? So the tribe encourages Giotto summon the Mothra. Then the Mothra shows itself to us. Kong then continues to explore the empty land and enters a guarded prison by wolves and unintentionally loses to Scar King and loses his axe. Godzilla regurgitates, wakes up, and then heads to Egypt, where Hitokong shows up to help Godzilla. The Godzilla and Kong are fighting. This is a fight for show purpose. Godzilla is terribly angry at Kong and how strong he is now. However, G-Man Mothra quickly calms down the conflict. And then Godzilla and Kong go to Hollow Earth to face the great Orangan mate. At this time, he is just mastering the Shimo, and they go home to Hollow Earth when Godzilla and Kong are fighting. A fight is already taking place. Where is Godzilla, Kong, and Mothra against Shimo, Scar King, and the Monkey Army Suko? You're taking the lead of Godzilla and Kong in this fight. Mothra uses a net and keeps the Monkey Army away from Godzilla. and Konga helps her Suko heal Godzilla, and Kong fight Shimo, and Scar King win the Wii clash. They activate their manipulation devices. So everyone struggles in a state of weightlessness when the device turns off. Everyone falls into the portal, and it takes us to Rio de Janeiro, where the final battle takes place. Scar King tries to defend himself from the attacking Godzilla with his whip, but Godzilla catches it in his mouth and breaks it, dropping the control crystal, enslaving Shimo, and sending him across the ground as Kong. And Scar King triggered it back. Suko comes in at the last second with an axe. Konga and knocks him down on the gem, breaking Shimo's control. Scar King is then beaten by Godzilla, Kong on Shimo, then freezes Scar King with his ice breath, and Kong breaks it into a million pieces. The film ends with Godzilla firing his atomic breath into the sky to dispel the Shimo Ice Age blizzard she created before. We'll sail back to Rome to rest in the Colosseum while Kong and Suko drives Shimo back to the Hollow Earth, where they free all the enslaved apes.